Hope you guys had a good Monday. I know I did. A lot of trades hit yesterday, a lot of trades hit in the last week. I hope you guys are managing your profits, scaling out, not getting too greedy. So I want to start off today with a little bit of a macro picture because everyone's getting a little ahead of themselves as a bull here. I'm saying the market is bullish, everything looks bullish, but make sure you know how much we have run in the last year. What's up, Carson? How you doing? Gravinder, Yash, Phil, Danuj, Gagan, Gravesh is here, Bikram's here. So if I start doing pre-markets, I'm going to start doing them at 8:50s. I need more time afterwards to get my stuff set up. And this is what we're going to start with. So everyone's bullish, everyone's going crazy, right? The market's going to go up, market's going to go up. It will go up. It looks like it's going up. It's very, very bullish. I'm still calling calls, still going long. What's up, Papa Ganesh? And what I just wanted to go over real quick is, remember what I said is the S&P index has a average return of 10% a year, okay? What's up, Rishi? How you doing? Average return of 10% a year since the March lows, which is 1.5 years ago. 1.5 years ago, SPY is up 107%, okay? SPY is up 107%, QQQ is up 131%. XLF is up 123%. IWM is up 145% from the March low to the recent highs. So keep that in mind before you get all too bullish and start taking leaps and stuff and start buying the indexes. Keep that in mind that we are way over the average return of SPY for the yearly. Other than that, I mean, we're still in this channel that we've been watching since June. Let me scroll out a little bit here. Everything does look bullish. Everything looks like it's going up. It's not really affected by bad news anymore. Powell said there's no more tapering. Taliban didn't affect the markets at all. Right now, we are not at the top of the channel. We are not at the bottom of the channel. So there's no real... as you guys seen, the channel's been holding up for months and months. So until we're at the bottom or the top, we don't have real conviction to swing these indexes. Of course, we can scalp them intraday or scalp them off news and stuff. But as far as swing trades go, I would not go long SPY here. I would not go short SPY here for like 2 weeks out, 3 weeks out. You know what I mean? I would not swing trade these indexes here other than IWM. So other than that, SPY looks fine. There's a lot of volatility overnight in futures. I don't know if you guys were watching. SPX was up. So even on SPY, look, SPY's high was 452.73 last night. And the low this morning was 451.30. So we moved $1.40. We don't even move a lot of days. We don't even move $1.40 in SPY, right? So there's a lot of volatility overnight. Chinese stocks are up nice. Europe closed up nice. So let's see where we can go here. Draw a couple of lines here, even though they will probably be changed by market open. And we'll switch to the daily. Oh God, it's a lot of lines. Hold on. So no real, we're like just hanging out here, right? So the first real support is this 8-day moving average, which is at 447.93. Draw a line there. Then we'll draw another line at the 21-day moving average. There's no real resistance on top until the channel. 443.34. But you guys get the point. I can draw these later. QQQ, again, 130% from March lows. Delete that. All-time highs yesterday, closing at all-time highs. Just super bullish here. First support would probably be the low of yesterday, which is 376.83. Keep that in mind. 376.83 breaks. We might undergo daily consolidation. Looks like we're opening up a lot higher than that, so I'm not too worried about that. XLF all-time highs hit yesterday, but we pulled back right away. Look at this big bearish engulfing. So we went to 39.04 yesterday, which is all-time highs on financials, and then we rejected right away, straight down, bearish engulfing candlestick. Bearish engulfing, if you don't know, yesterday's whole candle was covered by a bearish candle. So we broke the highs and just completely dumped. So look for signs of weakness in XLF today. We might go much lower because bearish engulfing candles usually signal a lot of weakness. That means people don't want it at all-time highs. They sold it off right away. IWM, again, look for this to lead the market either up or down. Because it is the biggest laggard, everything else is at all-time highs, and IWM's not even close. We're about 8 points off all-time highs on IWM. So keep an eye on IWM here. If we get over Friday's high of 227, or yesterday's high was 227.35. If we get over 227.35, I'm looking for 229. I called out the 229 calls on Friday. If we remain bullish, IWM should have no problem getting to 229 this week. So China, the name of the video was China stocks bottom in. I'm kind of sick of asking that question. That's why I'm not even watching China anymore for a little while. But you can't deny the strength in them yesterday. Look at this big dip buy on PDD yesterday. We went into the gap yesterday and everyone just bought it up. Right now, PDD is trading at 98.04, which is higher than Friday's high. So we are over Friday's high right now. If we get over 99.77, which is the high after earnings, this thing could really run. I'm telling you, PDD moves like a madman. And I've seen a lot of flow come into September 10th and September 17th calls. 10th and 13th or something like that. The next week. September 10th and the week after that, I've seen a lot of flow going into those. So if you are bullish on China, I would wait for 99.77 or $100 break on PDD. And then you could jump in some calls and that would give me a lot more confirmation that the bottom is in. Because obviously we went and tested the gap. If China was done for a while, they would have filled this whole gap down to $81. So keep an eye on PDD. Big volume shelves underneath provide support. And right now we're closing just above this huge volume shelf here. So over $100 PDD will probably run. Baba looked different yesterday. I pointed it out in the chat. I seen a lot of volume coming in. It kept moving up. It held way better. But again, there's a lot of stuff to prove for Baba here. The first level is the gap fill to 164. Looks like we're at 167 pre-market, so ignore that. The confirmation that Baba's bottom is in for me would be over 174. If we get over 174, I will probably get long China again. But other than that, I don't even want to look at the chart. I'll probably close it right away. Zoom earnings last night. We were in the Zoom 400 calls for September 10th for 225. Yesterday we got 3 for them. I closed a bunch of them because I didn't have enough profits to hold it through earnings. And I am very glad that I didn't hold it through earnings. As you guys seen, after hours, they beat they beat so much. They beat almost everything. So they beat their revenues. They guided up, and they raised 2022 guidance as well. So what is the problem here? Even though they beat everything on earnings, they're just way overvalued right now. Like they're pricing Zoom for their 2025 earnings, and it's only 2021. So a lot of these companies have that same problem. Like I said, from the March lows, we've just ran too much. Like for example, look at Fiverr. Fiverr's not a bad company at all, but from the March lows to the recent highs, we ran 550% just about. So that's why I need some monthly consolidation, as is going on right here. Just looks like a monthly bull flag. If you zoom out, if you're a long-term investor, these charts look completely fine. Same with Zoom. It just needs consolidation. It's run way too much in way too short of a time. Obviously, the earnings are still strong. Look at this. If you've seen this on a daily chart, would there be anything wrong with this chart at all? Not for me. It looks perfectly fine for me. It just needs more consolidation. I mean, too much movement in 1 year, and we're just waiting for it to set up again. And it should give us a very similar type run when it does run again. Why is it so small now? But this is just the earnings I posted in the group last night. Valuation is the problem. Just getting a little ahead of ourselves here with the valuation wise. If you look into Snow earnings, last earnings, they started talking about their revenues in 2029. What company talks about earnings in 8 years? What if the world doesn't even exist in 8 years? It doesn't make any sense to me. PayPal announced yesterday they're looking into stock trading. So what do you do off this news? If you didn't catch the move right away, which it is hard to catch these moves. I mean, we're not the fastest traders in the world. You know those Wall Street traders that are on the floor, they have one button to press and they bought PayPal. That's it. We cannot move that fast. So if you did not catch that move, don't worry about it. What do you do with this news? So this is just my thinking into PayPal, okay? Everything that PayPal has done, Square either copies, or everything that Square has done, PayPal copies, right? The whole Bitcoin thing, the Cash App to PayPal thing, the fees, everything. They do everything the same. So what do we do? What are we looking for next? Watch Square to announce some news like that as well. Square actually did come out with some news last night. I don't remember what it was. It was good news, but keep an eye on what?
A new subscription base.
Yeah, so they have a new subscription-based thing as well. They always will compete with each other, PayPal and Square. So PayPal goes into stock trading, stock jumps 4% almost. Square will do something like that to make their stock jump 4%. And Hood was crushed yesterday. Why was Hood crushed? Because more people offering stock trading, more competition, and the SEC announced yesterday they're looking into banning order flow. If you look into order flow, what Robinhood and a lot of these brokers do is they reroute their orders. So say I want to buy PayPal yesterday at $280. I went to go put in my order. I want to buy PayPal 280 calls for Friday. What they do is they don't just immediately fill you. They reroute your order through another, like Citadel hedge fund, for example, and the hedge fund gets your order and then they fill the order. So the hedge funds know exactly what the retail is doing before it's even filled. So look, you can look into that if you want. And Hood looks absolutely ugly. SQ has this monster resistance here. Let me show you. So every time, without fail, SQ, how I've traded it is you buy it when it's near 200 and you sell it when it's near 280. And every single time it's worked so far. Right now, it is acting much better, okay? So what it did was it comes back down, it touches around 200, 197, 198, and then it bounces all the way 100 points to the top of the channel. And then it just completely rejects and comes back down, completely rejects, comes back down. And right now it rejected, but it's flagging here. This is very good consolidation under a huge resistance level. So Square through this recent high of 289, I wouldn't even wait for 289. Next time Square gets through 278, I would go long on Square because it's a very huge resistance. And once we're through, the sellers will be gone and there will only be buyers up there. So Square 278 is a very, very important level. We need to close above there and we can absolutely rip on Square. And then I was talking about Hood, right? Hood got smacked yesterday. So Robinhood, look at this, down 7% yesterday. If we go below 42.44, we can go all the way down to 36.92. So an 8-point short is possible on Hood if we go below 44, and looks like we're opening below 44 today. If we hold below 42.50 is the level. If we hold below 42.50, there's another 8 points down on Hood to short if you want. Home Depot, I told you guys to watch this one. Cool guy Ricky pointed it out as well. During a hurricane, Home Depot and Lowe's are very, very strong usually. And right now, the chart doesn't look bad at all. The weekly is just kind of consolidating here. The daily, the earnings have been good. Home Depot stores around the world have been packed. The level for Home Depot is 330.50. If we get above 330.50 and hold, Home Depot will go back to all-time highs in my opinion, which is 338.55. No, it's not. It's 346. So first we got 330.50. Next level is 339. And then after that, we can go all the way to 346 on Home Depot. So keep an eye on 330.50 on Home Depot. That hurricane was much stronger than they expected as well. So Google has been one of the strongest charts. Let's just look at this real quick. Google's been one of the strongest charts for a while now. Amazon is up 3% this year or something like that. I seen a stat yesterday. Whereas Google is up 60-some% this year alone, year to date. So not all FANG stocks are created equal, but since the March lows, Google is up 190%. For a $1 trillion company that's up 190% in a year, that's insane. What did they do in the last year that increased their revenues by more than $1 trillion? Because I can't really think of anything. Very, very extended monthly, very extended daily, very extended weekly. Other than that, there was big news yesterday out of South Korea. South Korea, you can read the news here. Groundbreaking law in South Korea require Apple and Google to allow alternative payment systems in their app stores. So the tech giants' dominance over purchases and the commissions should be no more. So there's two ways to interpret this news. The two ways I can read it is either the market thinks this is huge news and we pull back on Google and Apple, or the market, well, not huge news. The market will either think, oh, it's just South Korea, who cares, right? and the stocks will just keep going up. Or they could think this is the beginning of something bigger. So they could think South Korea is starting it. This could move to China. This could move to Japan. This could move to the US. This could be what Biden's doing, right? So if they interpret it that way, Google and Apple will pull back a lot. If they think it's just South Korea, they just continue their uptrends. No problem. Nothing wrong with it at all. Tesla. So we jumped in Tesla yesterday. It looked very different, much stronger than usual. I gave you guys this weekly chart a long time ago. Last time we had a wedge. We moved from 404 all the way to 885. So we more than doubled the market cap here on the last wedge breakout. And this wedge is even bigger, okay? So we broke out. And if we get even a similar type move, this is 648. We could go to 1200 on Tesla. I'm not saying it happens. I'm saying it's possible just from the previous patterns. And all I've been saying about Tesla is 725.50, 726 level. If we close above there, we will take off. And yesterday, Tesla pulled back. It did this, it did that, but it held all day. Even SPX was going straight down. Tesla was holding up the whole time. And we closed above the 726 level that I told you. And 1 second, let's see where we're opening today. There's India news on Tesla. So they're trying to go into India, and India might give them a big tax break, okay? So keep an eye on Tesla. Let's see if we can get green right in the beginning. It's opening right now down at $1.60. So it's opening at 729.30 as far as my broker goes. And other than that, I'm just looking for a continuation. If we do go, another thing that's possible, we can come all the way back down, retest 726, and then launch. So keep that in mind. If you are in Tesla with me, it's worth the risk for me. I took Amazon 9 to 50 yesterday. I don't really care. But if you did not get enough profits this week, keep an eye on Tesla. Keep a tight leash. Sava. So here's the thing. ACIU, this is another Alzheimer's company. This is up 70% after hours on good Alzheimer's news. Sava does the same thing. It's an Alzheimer's company. They're getting sued by these lawyers, and I was reading up on it last night. They're suing because they're saying Sava has a bunch of fake data, fraudulent, this and that. But there's a lot of people that believe in Sava. I personally know people that have family in the trials that the Alzheimer's drug's been working. And also Sava's lawyers are a team from Harvard, and they're from, they did another PhD in another top 10 school, or what, Ivy League school, sorry, couldn't think of that word. So they're from Harvard, they got their law degree from Harvard, and then they did PhDs in another Ivy League school. And as soon as they launch something against the team that's suing Sava, I think this one gaps up like $10 the next day. If you've watched Sava before, it moves wild. The IV is crazy. So we have 4 more days on these, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. And just in my experience, I think if they don't launch something this week, they're going to launch something next week. So do with that information what you want. In my opinion, I'm holding. I will see what happens. We have been holding this 49.60 level the whole time. Even today, I think we're gapping down. Yeah, today we're at 53.39, so we're actually a little bit green. It looks like it really wants to hold that $49 level, 49.60 level. So I'm not too worried about this. I have 2 layers of calls. Let's see if Tesla gets going, and then I won't worry about it at all because I'll have enough profits to cover it. Amazon, week close yesterday. Very big day for us at MSL, Friday and Monday. Ricky nailed the lottos on Friday. I nailed the 3400s. Yash has just nailed every single position on Amazon ever created. So today, what we're looking for here is we need a 34.57 break or a 33.88 break. If we break 33.88 to the downside, we can short this. If we break 34.57 to the upside, we can long this. If we come down to 33.88 and buyers show up there, then we can go long there as well, all the way to 34.57. So right now in after hours, Amazon is down with the market. Like I told you, it's very volatile. We're down $9 right now. It's at 34.12. If we get down to 33.88, there's a potential long here. If we break 33.88 and hold, there's a potential short there. So just have an open mind. Don't be too bullish or bearish. We can trade them both ways. AMC actually looked very strong yesterday during the day. It did dip near the end of the day. But keep an eye on meme stocks. We need a close above 44 on AMC and then a break of 47. And this thing absolutely shoots to 64, okay? So a close above 43, what did I say right now? Close above 44 first, and then we need 47 break, and we can go straight to 63 on AMC. Keep an eye on that one. GME, I stopped trading this one because AMC is just easier for me, but it looks exactly the same. Bull flag. Wish, completely trash company. This is just fully a short squeeze. It just looks like a bear flag to me. But if we get over 786 in Wish, there's a gap to fill all the way to 934. That could mean a lot of gains, okay? BBIG looks like it's gapping up again. Last night they added, so yesterday, why did we go up on BBIG? Does anyone know? They didn't have option strikes higher than, I think, $10 or something. So they didn't have option strikes higher than $10 on BBIG. What did the market makers do yesterday? They bought more shares to hedge, and they added more strikes. There's strikes up to $20 now in BBIG, I believe. So don't quote me on that, but the gamma squeeze looks like it's over. They wrote the options. They already bought the underlying shares. They already gamma squeezed it. They already wrote the higher strike prices. So BBIG, it could continue running, don't get me wrong, but right now it's not attractive to me at all. It's already done. What we were looking for is done. And right now, if we go below 648, we can fill the gap to $5, 5.97. So 50-cent move down, possible to fill the gap. We can go down a lot more. Obviously, yesterday we were up 33%. Look for consolidation on this name. Other than that, what other names we got? We got PLTR, absolutely beautiful. I love this company. Breakout yesterday, but a very, very weak breakout. Low volume, lots of profit taking. So we need to close above $26 with volume on PLTR. If we close above 26, we're going straight to 27.50, okay? 26 close, 27.50. Next level's up on that. Moderna is not down at all. We're actually opening up. What are we opening up at? Moderna on. I've seen some very interesting news. There's a Belgian study on Moderna. They said Moderna creates more antibodies against COVID, 50% more antibodies against COVID than Pfizer and BNTX. So that is good news. Obviously, we're opening up at 375.28. Despite the Japanese news, I don't think the Japanese news is a big deal. They're saying some of the Moderna vaccines were contaminated, so they're not going to use some of them. But yeah, this is a study. Moderna makes more antibodies, almost 50% more antibodies than PFE and BNTX. It's a Belgian study done. And I would not go long Moderna until it's over 387. This is just chop right here. So 387, if it looks like it's closing above 387, I'll swing Moderna. Other than that, it's just scalps. When I say avoid it, you can still scalp it. Like if you see some momentum coming in, you can scalp it. I'm just saying don't hold it overnight. Don't hold it for a week. Don't expect anything from it from a swing trade. So these are the two that I love watching, Moderna, BNTX, and ABNB. So some days money goes into vaccines go up, Airbnb goes down. Some days we go back into reopening plays, Airbnb goes up, Moderna goes down. So just keep an eye on those. Looks like Airbnb's forming a beautiful bull flag here. We got a low must hold level of 152.25. As long as it holds 152 and it takes out 157.50, this thing can really rip. I mean, it's been consolidating in a base for so long, and there's lots of institutions that started buying Airbnb, and I'm also thinking about equity myself, but I don't want it yet, so we're a little extended on the indexes. Fiverr, for my friend Bayo that asked me, like I said, from the March lows, we are up 550% on Fiverr. It's a great company long term. I like it. Everything they do is good and everything, but they're up 550% in a year and a half. We're flagging. Again, the monthly looks great if you're a long-term investor, if you have equity. But other than that, we need a lot of consolidation on a lot of these names. Like I said, all-time highs is way up here at 336, and we're trading down at 182. So almost just a little less than half the valuation has been cut off. But it looks like we're entering the gap here. So there might be a trade here. 184 is the high after the earnings dump. Yesterday we got above 184, but we closed below 184. So if we get into 184 and hold, this thing could fill a monster gap all the way up to 229. So wait for 184 close on Fiverr. Other than that, thank you guys for attending. I wish you all the best today. Let's make some money.